Welcome to the Bushido Gang. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Attack on Samurott, bringing you all, technically part 3 of the Scarlet and Violet, Teal Mask, breakdown for all the new moves, or returning moves that have been given to the deal for the Teal Mask DLC. So a lot of old mons came back and got some revamped move sets and utility, or they just got some straight up power. So yeah. Before we get started, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Um, my bad. Sorry. Join my Discord, the Bushido Gang. Check out my Instagram and also my Reddit. I'm gonna try and make a Twitter at some point, but for right now, just check those out. I'm on my way to reaching my sub goal soon of 600 subscribers. I would love to hit that goal before the end of the year. That'd be pretty sick. And yeah. So let's break down the rest of this. So remember in part 4, my bad, in part 2. By the way, I forgot to mention I'm recording this on a Saturday. I recorded the last part on this Saturday as well, being the 16th. So you guys should probably see you're gonna see part 2 on, or you've probably seen part 2 already. It went up Sunday, or it'll probably go up Sunday, being tomorrow. And then for this part right here that I'm working on right now for part 3, I'm gonna try and get this up as well on Sunday, but more than likely you guys will see this on Monday. And then whatever's left over, I'll finish up and get that out before the end of the week. For the end of the next week, anyway. Anyways, let's talk about Gen 5 real quick. Wait, no, first I want to talk about Shaman, because I forgot to mention about Shaman. Shaman didn't get anything new. Alright, there you go. It's back, though. It's back in the game. But yeah, also, very, very quick update. Very, very quick. Super, super quick update. Let me just get this right here. Bax just got banned. So, yeah. I need to use this thing. I don't think the ban is in effect yet, but it's been banned, which is obvious because everybody and their mother has been spamming this shit on the ladder like crazy ever since it got skill shot. And yeah, so the mon is now banned. I'm still gonna try and I'm gonna make a live with this before it's not legal. I'm gonna try to, but I can't promise that. I'm gonna try my damnedest though too. But yeah, you guys will either see the Bax vid probably before this even goes up. I'll try to though. I'm gonna try my best to though. But it's gonna be weird because if I talk about it in this video and then I actually post it up after it goes up, then it's gonna be a little bit weird because I'm talking like from the past, but I'm actually talking from the future at the same time. Anyways, I might do a video before this goes up about Bax, but or Showdown Live before Bax. But anyways, let's actually get back on topic. All right, Gen 5. Samurott, my starter, has Flip Turn. My mascot has Flip Turn and Vacuum Wave. So both of them get it. Yeah, they both get it. They both get Vacuum Wave and Flip Turn. Unfortunately, Samurott did not get Scald back, so neither version have Scald, which is a little disappointing. It's not like it was a great utility option for Samurott to begin with, but it was still nice to have. I think Flip Turn is going to be good utility-wise for both of them, especially for the Hisuian one, because now Hisuian Samurott can get momentum with hazards and be able to Flip Turn around. So I think Samurott's going to appreciate that a ton, and it will take full advantage of that. So I'll just get it on the side right here so you can just see it for yourself. But yeah, Samurott's gonna take full advantage of this. So again, you got Flip Turn with spike coverage or with spiking. That's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. Just spike up and then switch. And if you miss, well, you just Flip Turn out and just try again. So it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. Definitely Samurott appreciates that. Vacuum Wave I think will be interesting on both variants, but I think it's gonna be better on the original one. Because then because I mean its special attack is higher on the original one compared to the Hisuian one, so it might take better advantage of Vacuum Wave there. But I don't think it'd be bad on the Hisuian one, because it now has like priority to cover for things like King Gambit and also for other dark types as well, so it can cover for opposing Samurott, which actually has a lower SPDF. So Vacuum Wave might not be terrible on it, but again, I don't think it's going to be a very likely option for it to run. It's more of a niche thing. I'd probably say it's at least like draft league tier when it comes to Vacuum Wave. So it'll have some niches there in that kind of metagame. But here in OU, I don't see it being useful that much. At least for backs, or at least for like not backs, but at least for like opposing ices and opposing like steels and dark types. So that's where I see it happening. But anyways, yeah. I think for the flip turn set, you can run flip turn on the scarf set with Samurott now. That'll be really nice to run, and they'll probably be seeing that a lot actually. So you'll probably be seeing edge plus flip turn on this quite a bit. I wonder if this is what Cleaver did or Cleaver does in UU, where it just gets rocks down and then just switches out with the scarf set. I feel like it would do something like this too. So I guess Hisuian Samurott actually just following suit now, but it's gonna do it even better than Cleaver, since you only get one layer down with rocks anyway. So yeah, it's gonna appreciate that. Both of them will. I think flip turn on the original one. I don't know how much that really affects it. Cause like I don't know if the original run is just running. I feel like it doesn't really run Scarf or anything like that. It's probably just gonna, yeah, never mind. It doesn't need to run it. Cause I mean, it seems like it just runs like a mix set like this or like SD. So maybe mix it could take advantage of it, but I don't know. And it's not that strong offensively with Scarf. So yeah, maybe on specs you could run that, but I think you're really pushing it with flip turn on that. But still, it's cool they got it though. Definitely appreciate some form of utility and pivoting. Conkeldurr got knockoff back and also has high horsepower. Cool. It also got defog back as well, so it can still defog things, which is pretty cool. Conkeldurr is now competing with the other Gutsmon in Ursaluna. Conkeldurr does have an edge up against Ursaluna with the fact that it has priority, while Ursaluna does not. So Mach Punch is still going to be pretty nice on it. Again, covering for opposing steals and just getting like a last ditch amount of effort or a last ditch of chip damage on something. So it'll still have that going for it. But yeah. So good though. It still has close combat like it got from Gen 8 as well. So it still has that going for it. And yeah, I think it's still going to be pretty good at what it does, and just being a wall breaker with Facade, Knock, CC, and then like Mach Punch, or even Jab if you want to be able to really hit the fairies. Because I mean, I think you have Facade, you're fine. You have Facade, you're fine. This Mon cracked open Clefs back in Gen 8 so easily with Facade. It was very funny. It was very funny in those days. Very, very funny early Gen 8 days. Conkeldurr was a terror then. Anyways, Leavanny. So Leavanny gets knockoff. Gets knockoff back. It also got lunge and low kick. Those are cool. I don't think I'd ever had fighting coverage. So low kick is pretty nice on that. It'll definitely appreciate that in the lower tiers. And yeah, actually let me check, because like Leavanny is typically a PU mon. I think low kick would be good for, I mean, it's definitely good for Avalugg. It destroys that now, or it would destroy that. It'd be good for like Houndoom, I guess. Actually, it doesn't matter since Houndoom's faster, because Leavanny's speed is base, like, speed is like 92, so it's not the fastest thing in the world. Leavanny, it's not the fastest thing in the world, being base 92, so it does get outsped by certain things, but yeah, low kick will have some niche there, but I don't think it's gonna really stand out too well. It's still cool though. Maybe in the higher tiers it could do something with that, with low kick, but yeah, good. It has fighting set, or it has fighting coverage now. All right, next is Lilligant. Lilligant got a Weather Ball back. That's pretty cool. Also going by the sets here. Timber, yeah, again, Timber getting Defog, Mach Punch, and CC has a TM. Goodra being back too for NU, loves that. So Waddle. So yeah, for egg moves, still has all the same stuff it had before. And again, Leavanny still has all the same stuff, but now with low kick and whatnot. Petalil, again, just making sure they got anything different, but I don't think they got anything different. Loli didn't get anything different. Yeah, so Weather Ball's the only new addition it got back. And yeah, so it can run that on Sun, it can run that on rain or snow. depending on like what meta you're playing. But yeah, Lily's gonna appreciate having Weather Ball back, so we can take advantage of that. All right, so next is gonna be Krookodile. So Krookodile got high horsepower back, got knockoff back, and it also got skill shot back as well. So Krookodile has a very interesting history with scale shot. Cause last gen, when the Owl of Armor metagame dropped and Krookodile came back, it was actually running Anger Point as kind of a meme set where it would use it to counter Urshifu. So what you would do with it is that when Urshifu, I'm talking the Wicked Blow version, when Urshifu Akuma version was around and hitting everybody with the Wicked Blow, it ran Anger Point as a way to counter it. What Anger Point does is that when this mon gets hit by a crit, its attack stat is basically goes up to +6. So if you scale shot with it on Wicked Blow, or even beforehand, or if it's like locked in to Wicked Blow, then you just scale shot whatever comes in and you get a speed boost. And the thing about the speed tiers back then was that pretty much the fastest one at the time was Zoroark. So I believe after a +1 boost, you would outspeed it and just drop it. So it was very funny. it was quite funny that you could just do that. So it was a metagame sweeper, a very niche one at that. But yeah, defensively though, Krookodile does appreciate having knockoff back, so that's gonna be good on defensive sets with Intimidate, but also on Scarf sets with Moxie. It loved knockoff. It always did back in Gen 6. Like when that buff happened in Gen 6, Krookodile was just spamming knockoff like crazy everywhere. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful time. So yeah, you run Scarf with Moxie. You could also go like Band too. You could also go and Band ran Pursuit with knockoff then too, back in Gen 6. So you saw stuff like that as well. But yeah, Scarf is still, I think, one of its better sets with knockoff with the Moxie boosting. And yeah, high horsepower is okay. I think that could be used on like some like variation of not hyper offense, but like probably like in VGC, it'll probably appreciate that because again, it's still an Intimidate user too. So maybe some teams will opt to use that. But again, it's just there, right? But yeah. Zoroark. So Zoroark is back, or Hisuian Zoroark has Poltergeist and Focus Punch. So Poltergeist is cool. That's a pretty cool move. I think that mon can appreciate Poltergeist. Because now it has physical ghost stat. Now I don't think it's gonna really stand out too much with it. I do think it's really cool though. In fact, I think it's one of the cooler mons to get Poltergeist because now, if anything, you can run like a mix set. And see, I would say you could probably like play around with Poltergeist with Ceruledge because I do think Ceruledge may have a chance to come back into OU because of Poltergeist. Spoiler alert: it did get Poltergeist back, or it did get Poltergeist. But yeah, Hisuian Zoroark with Poltergeist, I think may have some niche, but it might do better in not Little Cup, my bad. It might do better in the lower, in like UU where it's at right now with Poltergeist. Just because I think it has better opportunities to hit things there than it does in OU at the moment. But I like a couple things that don't really like care about Poltergeist, to be honest. But yeah, definitely something you could take advantage of. So that'll be pretty cool to see where that goes with the Hisuian Zoroark. Focus Punch is whatever. Focus Punch is a very niche option. It could probably work on a subset if you really want to play around that, but like I don't think it's really worth it in my opinion. So if you just want to play Zoroark straightforward, again, probably just go against Specs with it or Scarf with Trick or run sub Nasty Plot and just go from there. That's how I see Zoroark at the moment. But again, Band isn't bad. It can work, but it can work now with Poltergeist. SD is also another option too with Poltergeist. That might not be bad to try out. But again, like I said, it's very niche. It's very, very niche, but it's got that option now. So yeah. Swanna got Flip Turn. That's cool for lower tiers. Sawsbuck got high horsepower. That's nice. That can definitely work in PU. Good way of hitting its checks and does not rely on stopping Tantrum anymore, so it can definitely take advantage of that. And yeah, I wonder if it'll be good enough to actually. It's not even PU. I thought it was PU. Is it not good in PU? Let me see. feel like it'd be good in PU. It's good in PU. It's fine in PU. Oh wow. Okay, yeah. High horsepower might be the thing that actually bring this mon maybe out of PU. But I'm probably tripping. I'm probably like tripping crazy about that. But that's still a really good move. Much better than stopping tantrum being 75. So I think it's gonna appreciate that move quite a bit. It has a really good moveset actually. It's not a bad moveset. And when you factor in, that great ability called Serene Grace, well, you got Headbutt there. So like SD Headbutt, yeah, that's what that mon does. I see now. Okay. That's pretty damn annoying. That's pretty damn stupid in my opinion, but I could definitely see why this one. I could definitely see where this mon could go. Now that it has high horsepower, so cool. All right, next is gonna be Alolomola. This shit got Scald and Flip Turn, so kept Scald, has Flip Turn now, and locks Toxic. That sucks, but it's also still living at the same time because now Alolomola can do the one thing that Clefable did last gen: slow pivot with Wish. So we got that coming back, but now it gets chipped with Flip Turn. Or now it gets chipped with its utility. So that is that's gonna be annoying. Scald's even worse though because now Alolomola can check every physical attacker in the game and not care. So that is it's quite unfortunate that it now has it kept Scald. So yeah, no physical attackers don't matter to this thing anymore. So yeah, Scald is free, and it will keep doing the thing it's done since Gen 5. Burn things, and get momentum. So, but even better now with Flip Turn. So again, slow flip turn is going to be really good on this thing. And just be able to get the wishes off for its teammates. Anyways, Eelektross got knockoff back. That's going to be great for you. That's going to be great for AV sets. It loves that. So now it has a way to really punish special attackers even better now. And just be aggressive at that point still. I don't know if it'll work well with a Coil set. Maybe it'll work well with the Coil set running knockoff plus Drain Punch, but like I don't know. I don't know that much about Eelektross outside of, it having knockoff and all that stuff. I think it'll be fine with an AV set with knockoff. I think it'll do fairly well with that set. And yeah. All right, next is Haxorus. Haxorus got his Scale Shot back. That's beautiful. That's amazing. Haxorus loves that. Now it has speed boost with Sword Stance. So again, just like Garchomp, but slightly slower. Haxorus is going to be able to just start destroying things with the Scale Shot boost. So +2 Scale Shot with loaded dice. Yep, we're doing that. We're definitely doing that. Band with Scale Shot. No, I don't think you want to do that, but you have that option. But I think Band still prefers like first impression stuff. But still, Haxorus is cool. It's cool. It got Scale Shot. It got Scale Shot back. I think last gen. Last gen UU. Actually, let me just go back to Gen 8. I think last gen UU. Let me check Bax's set real quick. Or not Bax, Haxorus' set. This mon actually got banned out of RU. Damn. I didn't know it dropped that much. I don't think it'll be this. I don't think that'll be Haxorus' story though for this generation. Yeah, Scale Shot back plus CC and Jab, and also again first impression still. So I do think it'll be fine there. In UU, it looks like it just does the same exact thing. Yep. So it'll be fine where it's at. It'll be fine in UU, but now it has loaded dice. So every time it lands, oh boy, yeah, that's gonna be nice. Haxorus gonna be really good with that set. Definitely can't wait to see what it does in UU. I need to play UU still. I still gotta play UU. Mienshao got Ice Spinner. Nice. It can hit Garchomp and Lando even better now. In the past, it had to use HP Ice. No more will it have to stick to using HP Ice. It now has Ice coverage. So that is sick. It loves that. It just loves that in general. I do think that Mienshao will probably be running like some bandit sets with it. Maybe even Scarf too. But it definitely appreciates having Ice Spinner. So it'll easily take advantage of that and just be able to get as much damage as it can with Ice Spinner here. So yeah. And again, it can still run mixed sets still. It still has Aura Sphere and whatnot. It still has Grass Knot. Actually, its special set isn't really that great. My bad. Sorry. I mean, I guess you could run it with Terra, but like, I don't think you really want to do that. I don't think you really want to go mix with it. Now, but it still has those options. But anyways, yeah. Still has Ice Spinner. Still has knockoff for utility. So yeah. Mienshao's gonna do very well. With its sets. It'll do very well with its sets, I think. But yeah, again, Ban with Reckless, Scarf, Regen with Ice Spinner. Yeah, it's gonna do fine. So I could probably see some sets like CC, Ice Spinner, U-Turn, Knockoff, or yeah, pretty much CC, U-Turn, Ice Spinner, Knockoff is probably what Mienshao will be doing with Scarf sets. Bandit sets, again, probably like CC, again, still CC, Knockoff, Ice Spinner, U-Turn, and we'll probably just go from there. Reckless will probably do something similar with it, but just put HJK over CC. So yeah. So that's gonna be Mienshao. Definitely less Ice Spinner. Alright, this is the big one. Bisharp got Lash Out, but it lost Knockoff. So this goes down to the whole line of Pawniard, the Pawniard line, lost Knockoff. So that is it's a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. They all lost Knockoff. Starting from Pawniard, the baby. It loved Knockoff in Little Cup because it had a way of just getting around everything. Like hitting all the babies with Knockoff was, really what made, still made Pawniard stand out because again, Knockoff is just so free on everything in Little Cup. Cause like the damage goes a long way. It goes a very, very long way. Like once a Mon in Little Cup loses its item, it's practically dead. It's practically dead without an item, without its Eviolite. So it can't take hits. It just gets bodied by something that's faster than it, or whatnot. And it can't even set up that well either without an item. So yeah. Knockoff sucks for it that it doesn't have it back. But honestly, Pawniard's been doing fine this generation without Knockoff. So I don't really see it missing it, but it's still unfortunate that it lost one of its strongest stabs. Anyways, Bisharp got Lash Out, and then going to Bisharp, So Bisharp, before it became a problem with its evolution, Bisharp was known to be one of the best knockoff users in the tier. Back in the Gen 6 days. It pretty much was like the premier knockoff user next to Weavile. And also one of the premier pursuit users as well. So now they lost that big niche that it had for the last couple generations. It is a bit unfortunate that it can't do that. That it can't do what it used to do before. Also, I think Bisharp did have kind of had a pretty big come up in Gen 8 too. With Dark Spam, because I was seeing quite a bit at one point on ladder. This was after a lot of Mons got banned during the Crown Tundra metagame. I think even Bisharp was around longer than that though. But yeah, still, it losing Knockoff is very unfortunate. And going to King Gambit, well, if King Gambit had Knockoff, well, that Mon would be banned already. Because can you imagine Katal, or not even Katal? Could you imagine? Knockoff is stronger than Katal, first off. But could you even imagine a metagame? There was a metagame where Bisharp where King Gambit had Knockoff, but it got banned. It's called Nat Dex. I know it's not a real tier, but it got banned from that. So, yeah, Knockoff is very, very good. It would have been very good on King Gambit. And we're talking Nat Dex, where Nat Dex has all the Mons in it. Every Mon from every generation is in that metagame. And King Gambit with Knockoff still bodied everybody. Don't bring Knockoff into Gen 9, man, on King Gambit. That shit just obliterates everything. So yeah, I think it's a good thing it didn't get it. Braviary got Vacuum Wave. That's nice. It less priority. I don't know if it matters too much. Well, it might matter on a Calm Mind. It might matter on the Calm Mind set. Or even on the mix set. Not mix, my bad. But even on the special attacking, on the full-on special attacking set with Tinted Lens, it might matter with that. But again, I don't know if it matters too much. Again, it is Tinted Lens with Vacuum Wave, so it'll probably do some good damage to things. But I don't know if it really stands out a ton. But it's still cool it got it. That'll help against some weakened stuff. Alright, Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is back, and Mandibuzz has Knockoff and Toxic, and Roost, and Defog. So Mandibuzz is a full Mon again. And that is great because we need Mandibuzz now. We need a Mon that can take a hit from everything, and that's what Mandibuzz does and has been doing since like ever, since ever. So so yeah, and Volibbe's back in Little Cup, so that's fun for the Little Cup players. They're gonna enjoy that again. Damn, like war memory or war like war PTSD coming back on people thinking about Volibbe. That shit's pretty crack, especially when you got Terra involved too. Speaking of Terra on Mandibuzz, I don't know if it's gonna be that great with Terra. It'll probably do. Actually, no, my bad. What am I saying? It's gonna be great with Terra. It'll do really well with Terra. It drops one of its weaknesses with Terra, so that that's gonna be pretty good, I think. I don't know what Terra you'd run on Mandibuzz to get around its weaknesses, because its weaknesses right now are to Ice, Rock, Electric, and Fairy. So what would be a good Terra that can cover for all that? Probably, no, not Steel. Water. Yeah, water. Yeah, water. Probably water. Probably Steel anyway. Probably. I was gonna say Bug, but no, not Bug. Bug is a terrible one, but I think it would do very well with Terra Water. So we're probably gonna see a lot of that. Maybe even Terra Ground too, but no, definitely not Terra Ground. I think Terra Fairy and Terra Water are gonna be the ones you're gonna be seeing a lot with Mandibuzz. So I think that's gonna be seen quite a bit. Hydreigon got Roar back, but not Roost. That's very sad. Roar doesn't matter too much. It's cool, but like, why would you run Hydreigon for utility's sake? Like, Hydreigon is a mon that's meant to be an attacker. Roar is great, but like again, it doesn't matter too much on it. This is another big one. Tornadus got knockoff back, or Tornadus and Thundurus got knockoff back, but not Lando. And they all lost Toxic, but they all got Weather Ball back. So all the Genies get Weather Ball, but only Thundurus and Tornadus get knockoff back. Which means that for Tornadus, especially for the Therian form, that's a Mon again. So Tornadus is now a complete Mon. Now that has knockoff back, which means that this Mon's going to be rising back up very quickly. Because this is one of the best defensive pivots in the game. Now, obviously, if it had Defog back, then it would just stay completely. But now that it has knockoff again, it'll still be able to get chip off like it always has. And just be annoying to teams. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of cores with Glasgow and Torn again. Which was something that was pretty popular back in Gen 7. And even in Gen 6. But I might be tripping about Gen 6. But definitely I remember seeing it in Gen 7 with Glasgow quite a bit. Like it was paired with a regen mon of some kind. I think it was Torn and Toxapex it was paired with. But I might be wrong. Someone in the comments can let me know if I'm wrong or not about that. But yeah, Torn loves that. Thundy's okay with it. I think the Incarnate one probably wants it more. Because again, that's utility on the Incarnate one. The Therian one doesn't really need knockoff. Like it's just gonna be, I guess maybe if you're playing Draft League, I guess for all of them really, for Draft League's sake, if you're doing Draft League, then probably it can run knockoff with it and just be a good utility on with Volt Absorb. It still has that going for it. But I think the Incarnate one wants it more just for utility's sake. And Weather Ball's cool too, especially on both of them. On both of them, they're gonna love Weather Ball. Lando with Weather Ball is okay too, but like these two love it more because they take full advantage of it because of Hurricane. Mostly for Torn though, so I think Torn is gonna love all that. So Torn got all of its tools back. Thundy got most of its tools back, and Lando just lost everything. So yeah, Meloetta has knockoff, cool, or got knockoff back. That's great. It can run that on the utility set or like an AV set or like the full on attacking set, the physical attacking set. That it ran with the Pierrette form. So I guess you can run knockoff there. But again, I think this is more of a utility option for Meloetta in general. So it appreciates that. Alright, Gen 6. How much time have I wasted? 29 minutes. Yes, I'm on speed mode now. Alright, Gen 6. So Gen 6, Chesnaught got knockoff back. It got high horsepower and Grassy Glide. Knockoff is cool. It can do its old tricks again with knockoff, spikes, leech seed. But now it has body press, so now the mon is more of a distinct defensive wall. And honestly, I still kind of don't understand why people weren't using Chesnaught weren't using it enough. I feel, or really weren't using it at all. When it dropped, because I really do think Chesnaught was a very sleeper was a very sleep heavy mon, just because it's a very defensive grass fighter. I mean, grass fighting isn't great defensively though, but like it just has a lot of unique tools for it to stand out a little bit more compared to its other grass fighting brethren. Um, it's just a little disappointing that it didn't really get to show that off. But still, it's got body press and iron defense. Still has can still do that with leech seed, and he also still has spikes as well. And it got pain split back. Wait, did it always have pain? Wait, hold on, wait. I think is that is that new? Or not new, but like is that something that just returned for it, or am I tripping? Oh yeah, some notable ones or some like not as noticeable ones. Like not important ones, but like important still. That's the ghost one, right? That's the ghost one. Yeah, that's the ghost one. The ghost one didn't get Poltergeist, unfortunately. So the baby didn't get Poltergeist for Hisuian Zoroark, but the adult one did, or the full one did, the full evolved one did. Let's see. Got the Rita. Doesn't matter too much. Deerling, yeah. Deerling. All the Deerlings, all the Sawses, Saw movies. Fungus, Namungus, don't matter too much. Dynamo. Yeah, get knockoff. Oh, they all of them got knockoff. Okay, cool. Lunge and Super Fang. Cool. Alright, oh yeah. I know it doesn't matter, but the Litwick family, they got Burning Jealousy and Poltergeist back. Yeah, also again, Chandeler's back, so that's also something to actually mention. But yeah, nothing really changed for it. Still the same on. Let's see, nothing for Haxorus again. Cubchoo line. Did they have Spear before? I thought they always had Spear. Well, they have Spear now, so that's cool. Krookodile didn't get anything new. Yeah, nothing new for Krookodile. And then I already mentioned Mienshao and all of them. And I already mentioned Gambit. I just wanted to see if that Chesnaught buff is or Chesnaught getting pain split back is something it already had. I think it's something it already had. Volcarona didn't get anything new, by the way. And again, Torn getting Hurricane and Knockoff back, and Weather Ball back, or getting Weather Ball and Knockoff back. Yeah. All right. So let me go to. Yeah, I think it always had. Pain split. Where's Pain Split at? Oh, it just learns it naturally. I didn't know that. Okay, never mind. I'm tripping about that. That doesn't matter too much. Okay, my bad. I didn't mean to take so long with that. Anyways, Knockoff's still good with it with spikes. So basically, this can be kind of a makeshift Ferrothorn, but like not really. But you can probably make it work like that. With Knockoff, Leech Seed, and Body Press. Yeah, actually, you can do that. You actually can do that now. That's very funny. Greninja lost Scald. That doesn't matter too much. Like, it wasn't really a move that Greninja ran, to be honest. Again, I'm talking specifically, like... I mean, even going back to Gen 6, right? Even going back to Gen 6, when the mom was more of like a... was more utility-based with Scarf stuff. I don't remember seeing Scald on it too much, if at all. It was more like running... It was more like you saw, like, Hydro Pump U-Turn... Ice Beam stuff with Protean. That's what was the thing that made Greninja kind of like busted back in Gen 6, and even Gen 7 as well, borderline Gen 7, with the Protean Scarf sets. But then Astro Ninja came around, and then that became a thing. But Skull wasn't seen that much on that set either, so it was mostly just Hydro Pump, Surf, Water Shuriken, and then Dark Pulse, or sometimes like some other random things like Spike still. Which, I mean, Spikes actually you could run over Ice Beam on those sets. But yeah, I didn't really miss Skull, so it's whatever. Florges got Pull and Puff and Misty Explosion, but it lost Toxic. That's tough, man. Losing Toxic is tough on that mon. That was one of the, if not one of the best like defensive Toxic users, or one of the better defensive Toxic users in the lower tiers, because Florges just toxic things and then just kept calm minding up and moonblasting things. So unfortunately, it losing that means that it lost a way of covering for its checks and switch-ins, or just like catching these on switch-in and just applying pressure with toxic chip. Can't do that anymore, which is unfortunate. Pollen Puff is okay for VGC. I think it's gonna appreciate something like that to just be a supportive mon, especially because of its ability in what's that move called? Synosis. I forgot what the ability is called, but you probably know what I'm talking about. Symbiosis. If an ally uses an item, this Pokemon gives this item to the ally immediately. So yeah, like I guess that could probably work with Pollen Puff, just utility sake. But overall, it's not like a very big deal. Misty Explosion's whatever too. I don't think you want to boom with this thing. Gogoat got Grassy Glide and got high horsepower. That's whatever. Nothing really changed with Gogoat too much. I can check, but like I really don't think anything changed with that mon. Let me go to oh yeah, what's it called? Fennekin, the Fennekin line, or not Fennekin, but I guess Fennekin line, yeah. I mean to say the like this thing. Delphox. Delphox didn't get anything new. It has Burning Jealousy, I guess, but like that don't really matter. Okay, Greninja. Talonflame didn't get anything new either, so that's still the same. I got Dual Wing Beat, which is something that it used to run actually at one point. But yeah, Scatterbug and Vivillon. I don't think. I gotta go through the Vivillon shit. Fuck, there's like 10 of them. Okay, good. I skipped all of it. Let me go to. I wanted to go to. Florges didn't show anything. Oh, yeah, there's also like different forms of Florges too. I forgot. Fuck. Gotta go through all of them. Through all of these again. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Skiddo didn't get anything new, right? No egg movement or nothing crazy. So that's Milk Drink. Gogoat didn't get anything. Yeah. Again, it's just Roar, high horsepower, and Grassy Glide. Okay. So nothing crazy with that. All right. So that covers Gogoat. Next is Dragalge. Dragalge kept Skull. That's amazing. Dragalge was one of my favorite mons to use back in the day. Back in the good old days of Gen 8 and U. Love that thing. Even like actually even going back to Gen 7, because I actually used it a bit in Gen 7 as well. When I was like really getting into the actually no, my bad. I take that back. I'm talking like Gen 6 actually. No, it was definitely Gen 7. It was 6 and 7, I think, that I was getting into using Dragalge. But it was a very fun mon. This mon's very fun. Adaptability with this thing was like so good. But now that it kept Flip Turn and has Scald back, oh, that mon gonna be hella nice for utility. It loves that. It loves Flip Turn again. Scald's great too. Now, it also got Scale Shot back, which is something that I appreciate because back when this mon was in NU last gen. It was actually on the like border of getting banned. I think it did get banned by the end of the suspect test for it. But because Dragalge was one of the last suspect tests that happened before Gen 8 finished, but or Gen 8 officially finished for a lot of players. But yeah, Dragalge ran utility sets with it, with like Flip Turn, Draco, Scald. And whatnot. You could also run like boot sets, or not. I already mentioned boot sets. You could also run like some utility sets with Chookaberry. You could also run spec sets. Whole lot of fun stuff you could do with Dragalge. But for me, I realized that Dragalge has one problem. It can't really break through a lot of like, more specially oriented mons without some other partner. But I wanted to be different. Because, I'm a different kind of player. I like to do things differently. And I wanted to use a mixed set for Dragalge. So I remember I did this. I ran Mixed Draco with Scale Shot and actually I think I think it was this. I think I ran Outrage with it. I don't remember if I ran Outrage with it. I could probably go to a video. I don't think I ran Outrage with it. I think I just ran Scale Shot. It was like Draco Scale Shot, Sledge Wave, and then like a water move. That's what I ran with Dragalge, and it was very fun. Like it was very fun to just capitalize on Vaporeon and just like smack it. I'm pretty sure I had Outrage though. I feel like I had Outrage, but like running Triple Dragon is kind of crazy, but like I don't remember there being a whole lot of fairies in Gen 8 or in Gen 8 NU either. So at least to my knowledge, what was it? What was it? Hold on, let me just check real quick out of just pure curiosity. But I don't remember there being a fairy in Gen 9. In Gen 9 NU. Besides like maybe or Gen 8 NU, my bad. Gen 8 NU besides like Diancie. There's Grim, but like who cares about Grim? Sylveon. I definitely ran a fairy move here. Or I definitely ran like a poison move then. Okay. So yeah, okay, I definitely ran a poison move. So it might have just been Sludge Wave 3 attack. Or Sludge Wave 3 fairy attack, but I feel like I had to run something else for Escavalier or something like that. Anyways, it doesn't matter too much, but I'm just letting you know that I ran Mixed Dragalge and it was very fun. Alright, next is gonna be this is obviously gonna be a mon that I think we'll see a lot of play in RU still. Don't know if it's like dropped off though in usage in RU, but I do think that if it does drop off in usage in RU and then goes down into NU, that mon's getting banned very quickly, and it'll still be kicking ass. Anyways, Clawitzer got flip turn back. That's gonna be great for where it is right now in NU. I think it'll appreciate that with having momentum again. So yeah, flip turn's gonna be good on that, and just be annoying on those teams that can just flip turn around and just flip and dip and get momentum. That's all that mon needs to do, man. That's all it needs to do, man. So yeah, people are gonna love Clawitzer getting flip turn back. Lucha got lunge. That's whatever. This right here is on the same level as T-Tar getting knockoff back, in my opinion. This is a big buff. Goodra is now a defensive mon. I mean, it already was, technically. All it really missed is recovery, but it has the moves to make it a defensive mon in knockoff and scald. So knockoff and scald on Goodra is really something else to consider, because now this mon has multiple ways of utility. Knockoff to remove items now, and also again like scald to burn things. So it already has, and also still keeping toxic is another positive note to mention for Goodra. So it can toxic get switch-ins, it can scald defensive checks or physically offensive mons, and potentially burn them, and pretty much just be able to solo them. So yeah, Goodra loves that. Goodra loves all that. So yeah, now that Goodra has all these moves, I do think it has more play for it to run in the higher tiers too. So may end up seeing Goodra jump around in some tiers. Probably gonna jump around in NU, not UU yet, but definitely in RU. So we'll probably see it jump around there. Maybe UU, maybe, and maybe by a stroke of luck, maybe even OU. But this mon getting these defensive options is really cool. Unfortunately, Hisuian Goodra didn't get toxic or skull, but it got knockoff though. So knockoff is good on this though. I think it'll still work its way with it, but it is unfortunate it didn't at least get toxic. They should have at least got toxic. Scald I would be okay with, but toxic, come on, man. That should have been a given, especially where you find Hisuian Goodra in PLA anyway. But it is what it is. Trevenant has knockoff now. That's pretty cool. Trevenant got Poltergeist last gen, and it was a pretty damn good choice band user with it. Now that it has knockoff, more utility. We love utility here. We'd love to see utility everywhere. So yes, knockoff for everybody. It's like that. It's like Oprah giving car keys to everybody. You get a car key. You get a car. You get a car. You get knockoff. You get knockoff. Everybody gets knockoff. Like, bro, it's actually crazy that so many mons have knockoff right now. Like, Game Freak's watching something. They're watching something. They're seeing people say something about knockoff and scald and toxic. Somebody's saying something. I don't know who. Actually, I know plenty. But Game Freak is watching. They're watching somewhere, which I can appreciate. Hopefully they watch me. Hey, Game Freak, if you're out there, watch me, man. I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty cool. I have some ideas too I want to share. Yeah, knockoff is great on Trevenant. That's really good on it. So more way of getting momentum, and just really being able to kind of get what it needs, and again, just provides team support with knockoff. But knockoff plus Poltergeist is kind of counterintuitive, so I wouldn't really recommend going knockoff with Poltergeist. But then again, there's another mon that kind of does that in Decidueye. Back in Gen 8, it kind of did that. Like it could switch between running knockoff for Spirit Break for it, or Spirit Shackle. My bad, Spirit Shackle. It could probably do the same thing with Trevenant, but or Trevenant could probably do the same thing, but I think it's gonna prefer just running Poltergeist and like whatever other coverage moves it ran. Actually, speaking of which, let me see what that mon um actually had last gen, cause I remember go back to NU real quick. I remember that it had that when it was ran, it was choice, like when it got Poltergeist, it ran some other things. Let me just see real quick. What was the set this mon ran? Apparently it was in ZU or ZU/PU. It was just choice band with it. Okay, so it's gonna do the exact same thing then. Run the exact same sets. So yeah, ZU PU. I wonder if in ZU it ran Glide, which is funny. Oh yeah, because with Wacky, that makes sense. Huh. You know, speaking of, actually, knockoff would be really good in a metagame where there's almost like, you know, mons like Thwacky and Tangela around. Knockoff might not be bad now on that, but again, it's really weird to run it in to run that with Poltergeist. So I think it'll be kind of having a dilemma. Let me see what it can do in NU though. In NU with Poltergeist plus knockoff. Again, it's pretty much like it's a slower Decidueye, but still. I guess actually let me go to PU. PU is a little bit more is a little bit more generous, I'd say, to Trevenant. Actually, I lied. It's not as generous. But knockoff still looks pretty free. Poltergeist still looks really free too. Actually, there's really not many resists that want to take the hit. Actually, you just would hammer everything, to be honest. You actually do, very comfortably too. Huh. Okay, yeah, Trevenant's gonna be fine. I think it'll be fine over there. Once it drops down after a couple months. Avila got high horsepower back. That's whatever. Diancie got Misty Explosion. Cool, but has to wait for Mystical Fire and Meteor Beam. See, Meteor Beam is a little bit of a weird one, but it was something that people ran. I feel like I remember seeing this on Diancie one time on ladder, back last gen. They can run Meteor Beam with Power Herb and Rock Polish with that. Mystical Fire was cool too, being able to cover for everything else and also lower stats on things as well. But yeah, Misty Explosions, whatever, it doesn't really matter on this. Diancie pretty much ran like a semi like sweeping set with, you know, like Body Press, Diamond Storm stuff, and it also ran some speed on it as well for it to outspeed stuff like that, stuff like Copperajah and things like that. But yeah, these are just like little things to mention about Diancie. But yeah, right now it's in RU at the moment, so I don't know if it'll. I mean, it may end up dropping. I don't know how well Diancie's doing right now, but actually, it has the Terra thing, doesn't it? Actually, did it drop? No, it's still here. It has Terra water stuff. I don't think that mon's dropping anytime soon, just because of Terra involved with it. Speaking of RU, I'm going to play it eventually, so just wait on that. But yeah, that's it for Diancie. Now Gen 7, how much time have I wasted? Alright, 48 minutes. Alright, so I'm going to speed through Gen 7. Alright, speed through Gen 7. Decidueye got Poltergeist. Cool. I love that. Choice Band was amazing. It was amazing on this thing. You just hit everything really hard, and they can't do anything back to you. Leaf Blade was free on everything. You had U-turn for momentum, and you occasionally ran Spirit Shackle, or you'd run Shadow Sneak for priority. It was very good at that. And I think it'll still be good at that because now it's down here in NU, and I literally see. Actually, I just used it. Well, not really, but like you get what I mean. You can run SD with Poltergeist over this, and you just smack everything in the tier. So I think it'll do the exact same thing with Poltergeist. So because I mean it's stronger. So +2 Poltergeist still comes off a base 107 attack, and that is pretty damn good. That is pretty damn nice. So, yeah, even the resisted hits, even resisted monsters want to take a +2 Poltergeist from this. So it's very free. It is super free. So yeah, I'm excited to use this again. But again, Choice Band is going to be the one that everyone's going to really be gravitating towards. And I think it will kind of shape the meta again, like it did last gen, where a lot of players ran no item on things. Like, Rotom was one of the mons that ran no item. Dante was also another mon that ran no item last gen too, and a couple of others, but those are the ones that were most notable. So yeah, I think we're gonna see something similar to that in NU. But yeah, I think even Decidueye also did the same thing too. Like it kind of like no, it couldn't really do that because of Shadow Sneak. Never mind. What am I thinking? I'm thinking some like other shit. Anyways, Gumshoes got knockoff. I don't care, but it's cool it got it. If you care about Gumshoes, well, yay for you. Gumshoes has a buff, so that's cool. Its attack set's actually really high, being 110. But the thing that sucks about Gumshoes is that it just sucks in general. Well, it just it's really slow. It's really fucking slow. Really slow with adaptability. It's just those don't go very well unless you're Dragalge. If you're like unless you're Dragalge, this goes very nicely. But if you're not Dragalge, it doesn't work for you. So and unfortunately in this case, it does not work for Mr. Gumshoes here. So knockoff is like nice, but like it's nothing really fancy for it. I don't know what this mon's missing. Probably Swords Dance. Probably Swords Dance. That's probably what it needs. It needs setup. That's what this mon needs. This mon needs setup. It can't just raw. It can't just raw double edge things anymore. This isn't fucking what. This isn't damn. I'm trying to get the ref. I'm trying to say like the right meta, but it's not that good. It's not that good with it. So, but at least knockoff is a nice buff, so it'll probably take advantage of that in PU and ZU. Carbomidable got knockoff back. The mon. See, I checked to see if this mon did get knockoff ever, and I looked, and it never got knockoff. This is the first generation where Carbomidable has knockoff. So, knockoff on Crab is pretty cool. Again, coming off that base, what's his attack set again? Like 3. That's like 134. It's like 134 attack. Yeah, 130 or 132 attack. My bad. 132 attack with knockoff. Pretty damn good. It's not bad. I think this is meant to be a kind of a replacement for Pursuit. I mentioned this in the first part, and I think even in the second part, that Pursuit being replaced for knockoff seems to be, or knockoff seems to be replacing Pursuit right now, which I am not opposed to. Right? That's a damn good buff. That's a really good buff. Still. Now, obviously, knockoff is still great, right? It's a great move. I mean, Pursuit's still a great move, but like knockoff is still like it's still like enough to kind of even things out. I don't know if knockoff gets Iron Fist boosted. I don't believe it does. But it's still gonna be good on Carbomidable anyway. It needed like dark coverage to hit its checks, so I think Crab will do very well with knockoff. Don't know if it'll be enough for it to push out of PU, but I think it'll do very well with this set. So yeah, happy to see Carbomidable doing things. Lycanroc got knockoff. I wish the other two got it, especially the Dusk one. The Dusk form. Dusk form would have loved knockoff, but only Midnight got it because it's the only one that's standing on 2 legs. So knockoff is cool on that. It'll appreciate it, but I don't know if it'll be like that good with it. Let me just check real quick. Where is the dog at? Lycanroc. Yeah. Pimon with knockoff. It does have SD, so SD knockoff seems okay. SD knockoff with like, actually SD knockoff with no guard. Okay, I can see it work. I can see it work. You definitely see it work. It won't be bad with it. Its speed is a little middling though, being 82, but like I think the model will work. This one is a very weird stat distribution. 115 attack and then like 85 HP and then some weird defenses or then some weird defensive stats in 75 and then 82 speed tier. It's a very weird mon. Like it looks like it wants to be bulky, but it's not bulky. Anyways, it appreciates having those options. So knockoff's great. Toxapex got a huge ass nerf. This mon is not a mon anymore. It lost Scald and knockoff. So this mon can't do things, which is sad to say. Can't Scald things. It can toxic things still. Just can't, remove items or anything like that. So it's pretty much relegated to being a toxic mon. So it just, baneful bunkers things, toxic things. It can't, baneful bunker, and then like Scald or not Scald, and then surf things or whatnot. So that's a little disappointing to see Toxapex be this way. It's still a good mon regardless, but it's just that it lost its very big defensive utility options. So, I don't know if it's enough to push it out of OU, but it does not look too good for Toxapex. So a lot of these defensive mons have been losing, which I'm not really upset about. I'm like whatever to it, but yeah. Unfortunately, that sucks for some of the players that prefer Toxapex that prefer the Toxapex playstyle. So they kind of miss out on running, taunting and such. But you have a Alolomola now to work with, so have fun with that. Lurantis got knockoff and superpower back. That's lovely. Love to see that. Especially superpower. Because I mean, Lurantis is meant to be the physical version of Superior. So it having knockoff and superpower back is like, it's meant to be. It's meant to be. So Lurantis is a full mon now, which is great. Love to see that. It's gonna appreciate breaking through the steel types again like it used to, and also just applying pressure with knockoff after +2 or after a superpower boost. So that's great. Serena got knockoff back. Sick. Love to see that. So it can pivot again and knock off things again like it used to. Needs triple axle though to be a full mon again with with this protected pad set like it used to run last gen. So once that comes back, then Serena's a full mon again. But for right now, I mean, it has everything it needs for it to still function. So that's good to know. Basimian already has knockoff, so that doesn't matter. Flip turn on Bruxish, that's nice. You can run Bam with flip turn. So pretty much like running with so pretty much the same thing with Floatzel. Flip turn is going to be really good on Bruxish, especially on bandit sets. So band sets are going to love that on Rain, or even just in general, since Bruxish hits pretty damn hard in general, even outside of Rain. So flip turn's going to appreciate flip turn for momentum gaining. Kommo-o got Scale Shot and Roar back. And it also has Vacuum Wave now. So Vacuum Wave is cool. It's cool utility. It can appreciate that. A way to hit, everything after like it's set up. Not too bad. Set up from Klingor's Soul anyway. So like I think it's +1. Like a +1 boost from Vacuum Wave isn't too bad. It can chip things. It can at least like chip things for a bit. Skill Shot is a big one that came back. So you can run. I forgot what sets this thing ran with Skill Shot. I think it was Belly Drum Skill Shot stuff, or it was like I remember it running Skill Shot, but like I don't remember exactly like what sets it ran with Skill Shot. But I know it was pretty aggressive with it. It might have just been Belly Drum with Skill Shot. Boom Burst. Nope. Okay, I'm wrong. I feel like it did run it though. Well, this is Nat Dex. My bad. Let me go to Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield. When this mon had it, Sword and Shield. It ran the defensive set. They don't show the other set. Weird. Okay. Well, it did things like these in the early parts of the Sword and Shield metagame. Like I'm talking like when it dropped, or I'm talking like when it was like top tier at the time. Because this mon was like everywhere then. On defensive teams. But yeah. That pretty much covers for Kommo-o. Scale Shot's nice. Yeah, I just don't remember what set it ran Scale Shot on, if it did. It'd probably be best running it on like, again, Belly Drum is fine with like Salic Berry stuff, so I don't think it matters too much there. But yeah, again, this is nice. Nice way of boosting its speed. I just don't know what set you put it on though. That's just what I don't know. But yeah. So that's gonna be that for this part. In the next part, I'll finish up Gen 8 and Gen 9, and then I'll just do like my final thoughts on it and whatnot. In the same part. But yeah, so that's gonna be that. Hope you all enjoyed. If you guys did, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Follow me on Instagram. Join my Discord, the Bushido Gang. Oh, wait, my bad. Hold on. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Reddit. Join my Discord, the Bushido Gang. Check me out on there. I'm always on there, and you can just keep up. It's the best place to keep up with me, and want to have conversations with me and whatnot. And yeah, let me know so far what is your favorite buff from the Isle of Armor, or not Isle of Armor, my bad, from the Teal Mask DLC. I'd like to know your thoughts on it and just what you plan on trying out once the meta really solidifies itself. But yeah, again, I'm gonna try to do a video with Bax before it's like not allowed on ladder. But yeah, it's gonna be that. Hope you all enjoyed. Be safe. Wash your hands.